I'm delighted you could all join us today. It's heartening to see so many familiar faces, whilst welcoming many new ones as well. You being here is a testament to how far United for Wildlife has grown. Our natural world is one of our greatest assets. It is a lesson I learned from a young age from my father and my grandfather, both committed naturalists in their own right, and also from my much-missed grandmother, who cared so much for the natural world. In times of loss, it is a comfort to honour those we miss through the work we do. And I take great comfort then from the progress we're making to end the illegal wildlife trade. 8 years ago, we set out to develop a solution to one of the largest, yet often overlooked, international crimes blighting our world. A crime that robs us all of our most precious natural resources and funds organised crime, the harms of which are often directly felt by the most vulnerable communities. And a crime that this year felt especially brutal. The devastating news about Ranger Anton Mzimba is shocking confirmation of how vicious the illegal wildlife trade is. Anton dedicated himself to the protection of wildlife, undertaking his role diligently and professionally, despite threats to his life. He stood up to violent criminals and paid the ultimate price. It is only right that we pay tribute to him and all the other selfless rangers and frontline conservationists here today. And it is also only right that we honour him by continuing our work with renewed focus and vigour. It is, of course, a difficult mission that we commit ourselves to. The challenges often cited in fighting wildlife crime include the lack of a coordinated international response, the lack of strong criminal justice, corruption, and insufficient resources. But we set out to reverse that. We set out to ensure that those involved in wildlife crime face an international response as powerful and coordinated as any other serious and organised crime, to bring their sinister operations out of the shadows and to ensure that communities are equipped, empowered, and supported to protect themselves and their natural world. And everyone here is playing a significant role in helping us do that. In the 6 years since creating our international transport and financial task forces, we have brought together over 250 enforcement agencies, transport companies, financial institutions, and other corporations in the shared commitment to combat the illegal wildlife trade. We have contributed to over 450 law enforcement cases, over 250 arrests, almost 200 seizures of wildlife products, and we have helped to train over 100,000 people. We only have to look back to August to find examples of this work paying off, when Muazu Kroma was sentenced to over 5 years in prison for conspiring to traffic more than $7 million worth of rhino horn and elephant ivory, involving the illegal poaching of around 135 animals. US authorities led the way in this case, but critical to its success was the collaboration of a broad range of organisations across multiple continents. United for Wildlife members were among them, assisting with a landmark case that sent a clear message to the criminal gangs facilitating wildlife trafficking. You will face serious consequences. Our work is far from complete, and there's so much more still to be done. But there is cause for optimism. This year, Colombia became the first country to sign our Buckingham Palace Declaration, reflecting the importance they place on wildlife conservation and protection. I invite more to join them. The International Maritime Organization created its first ever guidelines on how to combat the illegal wildlife trade, following discussions with United for Wildlife and task force members. We recently launched our 5th regional chapter in Dubai, following East Africa, Southern Africa, Hong Kong, Southeast Asia, and Australasia. And we look forward to launching many more in the months ahead. Every week, our members share information, develop new technologies, and train more people to strengthen our collective response. This is exemplified best by 2 public-private partnerships in Southern and East Africa, facilitated by United for Wildlife. The South African Anti-Money Laundering Integrated Task Force has developed an expert group focused on wildlife crime, putting it on a par with its other expert groups addressing the financing of terrorism and human trafficking. It is already having an impact, assisting in the seizure of 78 horns, ivory, and other wildlife products, and a number of arrests. Looking ahead, I'm pleased to announce that the East and Southern Africa Anti-Money Laundering Group, comprising 19 countries, will formally enter into an agreement with United for Wildlife, marking the first international public-private partnership for any financial crime. Thanks to your collaboration and forward thinking, our activity is having a demonstrable impact. And while we do not have the luxury of time, clearly we do have a proven roadmap to success and the motivation to put it into action. I hope you all leave here today energized and motivated to intensify this work, because there are still too many criminals who believe they can act with impunity, too many lives being destroyed, and too many species on the brink of extinction due to this heinous crime. And so I call on all of you here today, and those involved in United for Wildlife further afield. Keep breaking the mold. Keep building bridges and making those game-changing connections. Keep believing that this is a crime that can be ended once and for all. Because I know with your commitment, it can. Thank you.